Some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team. And we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on a fellow SEC opponent, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Gamecocks will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Bulldogs offense will have first crack at this one. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Got a man. It's Taylor. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And a great job understanding where you're at on the field. And I know that sounds very simple, but I run that out route. I start getting towards the sidelines. I got to feel it. I don't have time to look down as the ball's coming to me. Great job catching it and getting that foot in bounds.
Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. And the Dogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Well, they're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
The 7th play of this opening drive will be a 3rd and long. Pressure coming. Grabbed in the middle. It's Farmer. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
Yeah, and that's one of those where you just look at the coverage. You look at down the field, taking away all the options, making sure you don't throw that ball downfield to get the first down. The only option, check it to the running back. Now I close that space. Nice job tackling.
Fires to the tight end. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about.
He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting them out flanked with the Wildcat. They are letting the big dogs eat on the ground.
Pound, 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 the dog pound. Run the football, be physical. You can go back when Vince Dooley won a championship. Herschel Walker. You go all through the names. So many great running backs that run with an edge that are dogs.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the snap, it's Welsh. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Got his man quickly. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Convert that third down on the slant. Now everybody sort of settles into the game.
Yeah, you do have nerves. I mean, everybody does. Opening drive, that you watched film, and how good are they really? And you get that first down, you throw the quick timing slant. Now, everybody settle in. We're good. We got this.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. One final play before the end of the quarter. On the move. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
And that is exactly what you love to see as a head coach. Watching your offense take the field, first drive of the game, and you're methodical. And you take what the defense gives you. You make good decisions. You don't have negative plays. You don't have missed assignments. That shows your head coach that you are locked in and ready to go.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So South Carolina's offense will go to work for the first time today. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week when basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look silly. Out in the open field, he was making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. And this offense has vowed to find new ways to get him the football. So we're going to see something else that we haven't seen before because of this guy's unique talent in this one.
Yeah, and the defense, all eyes on him. That will be the main focus. More guys in the box. I wonder if it opens up the play-action game and the perimeter throws and maybe some big plays through the air because they know he is the man, he is the guy, he is priority number 1.
Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. First play of the period, first down here. Back to pass, it's Bryant. The throw to the outside is complete. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's first and 10. Intercepted, and the defense is set up. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Dogs! And they turn it into a defensive score. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. They'll run this play from the pistol. Makes a man miss. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Looking to throw, it's Bryant. Sets up the screen. He's knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 25. And the Gamecocks send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Nestles it in at the 35. He's got great speed. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. They forced ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
It's incomplete, trying a little razzle-dazzle there, but it'll be third down. They've got to get the football to the 32 to pick up the first down. On third down, he drops to throw. Plucks it out of the air. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
And that's a great example of this quarterback having intense confidence in his own arm talent. That was not an easy window to throw into, but he had the ability, and he knew it.
Now on the move. Will not get there. A fourth down stop. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. The give. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And he was virtually unblockable on that play. You know, it reminds me of seeing the highlights of my partner here, David Polk, a guy that doesn't like to talk about his own greatness, so I'll do it for him. David raised the bar in the standard for D-line play at the University of Georgia. It was his athleticism, it was his tenacity. He wasn't just getting sacks and tackles for losses. He was picking off passes and taking them to the house. He was like the honey badger before the honey badger, but playing D-line. All-time.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stands.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Working the big fella downfield and outside. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Hey, good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Dogs pick up the first down through the air, and the Georgia faithful starting to howl and bark.
And we've seen that in the past with Georgia. Maybe you get a little bit conservative, a little bit too much reliant on great defense, run the football. The reason that they broke through, the reason they started winning championships in the recent era, they became more aggressive, more dynamic throwing the football down the field.
Well, the offense is trying to go with a trick play, and they're dialing up the reverse, but the defense had great eye discipline. They tracked the football from the running back to the receiver, and they were able to rally to him and make a big tackle for a loss.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to come into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on third down. Scanning the field, it's Bryant. Right down the middle. He's got it. Inside the 25, stopped at the 24. Clock will stop to move the chains. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Fires on the move. Complete to the right. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can spell the touchdown from here. Motion from the wide receiver. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Back to pass on second down. Oh, he had it and he dropped it. Almost one of those big plays he's known for. It'll be third down. That last play, not what they had in mind, and they've got a long way to go to get it close to the goal line to pick up. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back in the 16.
Man, this defense is dominating all game long. They have been making this quarterback's life so difficult with their pass rush. They bring him down there for the sack. They're not giving anything up. They're leading this game by a lot. We're only in the second quarter, and this ain't going to change unless this offense can find a rhythm.
That was like bouncing off the guardrails and not losing control off the upright and through. Now the lead is down to 11. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good. And he muffs it, a loose football. And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They'll start this drive with a pass. He slings it deep to the left. He's got it. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line, and when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium. Looking to throw on first down. Rushes on him. Takes a hit as he fires. Intercepted. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. They love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. My goodness, you need those field goals, guys, to cut into that deficit. We're still at 11. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He's got it! And he's brought down after a huge completion. The Gamecocks will line it up on 1st and 10. To the air, it's Bryant. Firing to the right, complete. At the 45, on his way. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20. In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. Oh, it's a reverse. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play. And the Gamecocks have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. Get it out on the screen. Breaks into the open. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. The Dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on 3rd down. They'll try to get it through the air. And they can't make the play on 3rd down.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple of games.
And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering toward a score. Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. Looking for the score. Touchdown, South Carolina. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
And this connection is on fire to start the season. Not 1, not 2, 3 games in a row he's got a receiving touchdown. They continue to find the playmaker, and I don't think it's going to end after game 3.
Now the play fake. Here comes the heat. The pressure gets to him. Quarterback is sacked, and the 2-point attempt is denied, and the lead stays right where it is. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Got the 1st down, looking for more. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that Wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Welch. Extending the play. He'll pull it down. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. To the air on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Bryant. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll
the offense setting that play up. We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
That is an example of a defender just stepping up and making a play. He just gave up a big completion down the field. That's not going to happen again. That's not happening on my watch. Right away, that D lineman decides to go after the QB, and he makes...
Oh, he's got some space. Pull down for the tackle.
Then when I blitz as a defense, I want to get home. I got to get to that quarterback, get him on the ground, not hit him as he's throwing it, and he gets it off. Right here, just a split second too late. Didn't get to the quarterback in enough time. The quarterback did a good job assessing it, making a play down the field.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit from the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
2 teams inside the Big 12 squaring off today, and it's now a final. Here's a quick recap. West Virginia looked like a program ready to take the next step after a big road win today. This was a complete team effort from the Mountaineers. Offense, defense, and special teams doing its part. Heck of a show. This game may or may not impact the college football playoff, fellas, but it's bound to shake things up in the Big 12 standings.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Finds his tight end. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Bryant. Unleashes one. Complete to the right. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. It's a reverse. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. The Gamecocks with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Priority number 1, protecting your quarterback. You're down in the ball game. You've got to make sure you don't get those hits on him. Protect him a little bit more. We can get some big plays down the field.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. And the Gamecocks will try to pin them back with the punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the direct snap, it's Welsh. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. It falls incomplete, and will change ends of the field to get things started back up. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. On the direct snap, it's Welch. They found a little running room out of the Wildcats, still short of the 1st down marker.
And this is the part of the game where you could really see this guy take over, right? Like, you've got the lead, the big running back. He's physical in the 4th quarter, starting to get a little bit tired. Let's see if he can keep this going.
They finally make the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play. Georgia going back to work with another 1st down. Wants to go up top on first down. On the run, deep down the right side. Aubie toasted coverage. Got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Georgia. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. They pushed the lead out here in the fourth quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Here's the pressure. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Back to pass, it's Bryant. Flips it out in the flat. Really short gain on that one. Defense all over it.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions. Got to continue to get these first downs. Move quick. Don't be in a hurry. But they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
The Gamecocks with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks.
He lost it high and deep down the left side. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Direct snap. It's Welsh. Here he goes breaking the pocket. He's going to run it. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line. Jets offense is doing work. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the snap, it's Farmer. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9.
And this is a perfect situation. This is a situation, if you asked me to be in before the game, the coaches would have been in heaven. I got the football. I got the lead on their side of the field. Nice gain on first down. Same exact script. Do it again. Run the football. Run the clock. Let that thing tick down. And if we add points, we add points.
They had the first down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on second down. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the direct snap, it's Farmer. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. On the direct snap, it's Farmer. He is stopped well short of the first down marker at the 15, and let's see what they do on fourth. Here comes the field goal unit. Dead center perfect, and they'll push that lead out a little further.
And with that kick, man, it's a tall order for the other side. I mean, down 3 possessions. Like, this offense is going to have to get the ball and do something with it, and do it quickly if they want to get back in this football game.
He gets it out to the 32 and sets him up with a little better field position. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
To the air, it's Bryant. Here's a heat. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but
he lobs one high down the left side. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Farmer. And this one will be stopped for no gain. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man, it's Taylor. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it. They should be able to kneel this one out. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
you know, for this quarterback late in the game, you just need to have a better concept of the situation. Can't take sacks at this juncture. And I know that the play
throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And the beatdown has ensued. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in Week 3.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
He will not get there. Brought down at the one, and the two-point try is no good. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Wants to throw. It's Bryant. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Falls incomplete. They fought to the final whistle, but that's going to do it. It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is so